Mr. Harrington.
Good evening, Rita. Forgive my dropping by unexpectedly.
Oh, please come in.
Thank you. Where's Norman?
He's not back from class yet.
Class? Oh, yes, I should have remembered.
He'll be here soon.
May I wait?
Of course you can wait. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, the potatoes were boiling over. I'd offer you something to drink, but we don't have anything except coffee.
Don't put yourself to any trouble, Rita. Just go right ahead with what you were doing. I suppose Norman must have told you that he had an argument with his brother.
He told me.
Then you know why they fought.
Yes.
Rita, this isn't easy for either of us. It's just as difficult for me to talk openly with you about highly personal matters as it is for you to listen. But for Norman's sake, we should try to think of each other as family.
If it's not too late.
Because I was against your marriage?
Norman doesn't want to have anything to do with you, Mr. Harrington. Or Rodney. He says from now on we'll make it on our own, just the two of us.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel badly. I always wanted to be part of a family. But I won't go against Norm. He's my husband. Oh, would you like me to set the table for 3 places? We have plenty if you don't mind filling up on potatoes.
That would you, please?
Where's my dinner? What are you doing here?
He's staying for dinner. I invited him, Norm.
Norman.
There's nothing to say, Dad.
Hear me out.
You got what you wanted. Grandfather got what he wanted. And my big brother's busy practice riding Rodney Peyton, so he doesn't forget how to sign the checks. Everybody's happy.
Rodney moved in with your grandfather for my sake, not his own.
Oh, sure.
It wasn't what Rodney wanted. He would have much preferred to be on his own. To Rodney, it seemed like moving out of one jail into another. Those were his own words.
If he said that, how could you ask him to do it?
Rodney's trial, his defense, left me penniless, Norman. Oh, I'm not making excuses. You asked me why, and I'm telling you.
You haven't admitted you wanted the mill back. Or that you wanted to sit behind that desk again.
I put 30 years of my life into that mill. Call it pride, ambition, whatever you like. I have a stake in its future. I am what I am. Why can't you learn to accept that? You and I will never think alike any more than you and Rodney or Rodney and myself. But we can remain close as a family. And we should, Norman. I have only 2 sons. And you have only 1 brother.
I've got Rita. That's all I need.
Norm.
At your age, it's easy to cut yourself off. But when you and Rita have grown sons of your own, you won't talk that way. You'll learn as I did, and you'll think very differently. I'd better go now.
Oh, no, please don't.
Okay. We can talk about it over dinner.
Starving?
Yeah.
Hannah.
You feeling better?
Where's Rossi?
He's on his way. I know why you're feeling ill like this. You're still worrying about Wainwright's call.
First I worried that Bayan Colby was on his way. Now I wonder if he's already here. Another powder, Hannah. Quite a pair, Hannah.
I said I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I had hopes of dying without ever setting eyes on Bayan Colby again. It was a Mistake to believe he'd be content with his 30 pieces of silver. I've supported him for a lifetime. Paid for his every whim. Fought at his banal painting.
Hasn't it ever occurred to you there might be something else that Brian wants? He has a son he's never known. He might be coming back for Stephen.
Ah, that's your fear speaking, Anna. Can you picture Brian Colby as a Pied Piper coming back here to lure Stephen away? I've been lying here trying to put the pieces together. The girl, Anne, is the key. How much does she know? If Brian Colby is coming back here, he must have already broken our bargain. Have told his daughter who she really is and that Stephen is her brother. She's been seeing Stephen. Maybe reporting back to her father. If that's the case, Brian Colby may be coming back for Stephen. Not to take him away from you, Hannah, but to enlist his aid in destroying both of us.
Well, we are getting elegant.
One lump or two, Mr. Cord.
One lump, Mrs. Cord. Is this going to be a nightly custom? Coffee in the living room?
If you like. I invited your mother and Mr. Peyton to dinner Sunday.
I thought we were going to talk about that. Do you realize how this makes us look? Like we're playing up to the old man, buttering him up for all he's worth.
For what? He's made his will. We owe the invitation, Stephen. Your mother bought us his house, and the wedding was a present from Mr. Peyton.
Well, I still don't want you trying to make my decisions.
Has it ever occurred to you that Martin Peyton is a lonely old man? I've seen the way he's responded to a few crumbs of attention from Rodney.
Rodney's his grandson.
When Martin Peyton gave us a wedding, he was admitting he owed you an obligation.
That was a kindly gesture to Hannah's son, nothing more.
You don't believe that. Your family, too, just as much as Rodney.
If I am, he's made every effort to ignore it.
You know he won't make the overtures. He can't. They'll have to come from you. I know I should have talked to you first, but I still think I was right to invite them.
He doesn't go out, you know. Did he give you an answer?
He was delighted. You see, there's nothing to worry about. He didn't refuse.
Dr. Rossi, come in.
Good evening, Miss Cord. Come on in. I'd like to have you meet Miss Ann Howard.
Yes, Miss Howard and I have already met.
Yes, how are you, Mrs. Coy?
Well, thank you.
Well, Ann and I were on our way out to dinner when I got your call, and I thought it'd be all right if she could wait here while I went to see Mr. Peyton.
Of course.
I won't be long. Oh, Mrs. Cord, could you come up, please?
Surely.
How does he feel now?
These attacks always depress him terribly.
How long has it been since he had one?
Well, a month ago.
How long have you been feeling ill?
It's early morning.
Any idea why?
Very good idea. I'm old.
Will you be needing me for anything, Doctor?
No, I don't think so, Miss Cord. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you been under any unusual pressures today?
Just the usual pressures of staying alive.
That's Mr. Peyton's daughter.
Oh, she's a handsome woman.
She was. She died several years ago.
Sorry.
It was, painted before her marriage.
So lifelike.
Yes, it is.
Ordinarily, I don't like portraits, but this one, somehow she's very, very real. My father's a painter. I hope that someday I might have a chance to prove that I have some of his talent. How is he, Mike?
Oh, he's all right. He just needs a little rest. I gave him a sedative. Miss Cord, you can have this filled if he's not doing any better in the morning.
Thank you.
I suppose I better get you off to dinner, huh? I'll have a starvation case on my hands. Mrs. Cord, you can let me know if there's any change in his condition.
Yes, sir.
It's nice seeing you again, Mrs. Cord.
Good night, Miss Colby.
That's funny.
What is it? What's the matter?
Mrs. Cord, when she said goodnight just now, she called me by my maiden name.
Well, she's Stephen Cord's mother. She probably knows who you are.
Yes, I suppose.
Come on now. What's in the name, huh?
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
What happened to the Ann Howard who walked in here a few weeks ago and convinced me that she believed in her own innocence?
That Ann Howard ran away when she met Chris Webber. Make your own life, you and Norman, away from the Peytons and the Harringtons.
But they're his family.
Not the kind you want.
I want my son.
You have no son.